This was the Ice Age, a world where giant herbivores ruled the landscape.
Scientists reconstruct its story from fossils, and those bones reveal a predator far more powerful than its name suggests. Its broad skull and powerful jaws show that this predator was built to deliver serious force when attacking large prey. The dire wolf moves through tall, frozen grass, revealing its muscular shoulders, powerful legs, thick neck, and heavy body structure. While related, the dire wolf was not merely a giant version of the modern gray wolf. It was a distinct, powerful predator of the Ice Age. Like many powerful predators, dire wolves may have relied on cooperation when facing prey too dangerous to challenge alone. The hunt was not just about speed. It was about positioning, patience, and forcing prey toward weakness. The dire wolf moves across uneven rocky terrain with surprising confidence, using its powerful body to navigate slopes and frozen ground. In deep snow, every step costs energy, and patience can be more dangerous than speed. The dire wolf was never alone in the struggle for food. Every carcass could become a battlefield. Sometimes survival meant hunting prey, and sometimes it meant defending food from predators just as dangerous. For thousands of years, the dire wolf was not an outsider. It was one of the dominant hunters of its ancient world. The mystery of its true power. Every fossil adds another piece to the puzzle, and the evidence reveals a predator more complex. The question that remains: but if the dire wolf was truly so dangerous, what made it different from wolves alive today, and why did it disappear? To understand the dire wolf, we must compare it with the predator that still survives today, the modern gray wolf. They shared a wolf-like appearance, but they evolved in different worlds, shaped by different challenges. The dire wolf's skull was broader and heavier, revealing a predator built for powerful bites and large prey. A powerful jaw could help a predator process tough food and compete for the remains of large animals. The wolf carefully examines the remains, emphasizing that even a powerful predator depended on much larger animals for food. For predators, the most dangerous prey was often not the strongest, but the one that became isolated. The dire wolf did not need to be the fastest animal alive. It needed to keep moving when others began to tire. But one sudden turn could change everything, because the hunted animal could instantly become the attacker. One defensive strike could end the hunt or seriously injure the predator that made the attack. Sometimes the most effective hunting strategy was simply to wait, watch, and let exhaustion change the odds. Every attack carried a calculation. Was the meal worth the energy, the danger, and the possible injury? The dire wolf walks alone through the fading evening light as the landscape becomes colder and darker around it. The dire wolf was more than a monster. It was a specialist, shaped by one of the most competitive ecosystems Earth had ever seen. The dire wolf was one part of a massive food web, where every animal depended on another to survive. Powerful predators can benefit from carcasses they did not kill. Scavenging provides valuable energy when a fresh kill is too risky. In the Ice Age, even a meal could become a warning signal, attracting competitors from across the landscape. The dire wolf shared its world with other powerful hunters, and every competitor could threaten its access to food. Sometimes the smartest predator was not the one that fought, but the one that knew when fighting was not worth the risk. After every storm, the landscape changed, and the predators had to read the new world around them. A riverbank is a natural gathering point, offering the perfect terrain for an ambush. When a herd broke apart, the predator's opportunity could appear, but so could confusion and danger. Sometimes the landscape itself became the prey's greatest defense, proving that power alone could never guarantee victory. But the world around the dire wolf was changing, and climate change would reshape the ecosystem it depended on. A predator adapted to one environment can struggle when the landscape itself no longer favors its hunting style. Fewer large herbivore herds are seen across the landscape. The main dire wolf moves through the quiet terrain, searching for signs of prey. As conditions changed, lighter and more adaptable predators could compete for the same shrinking resources. The dire wolf had power, but smaller predators could sometimes adapt more easily to a changing world. As food became harder to find, competition intensified between predators sharing the same changing world. A larger body could deliver more power, but it also required more energy when food became scarce. The final survivors. Eventually, the living tracks disappeared, but the ground preserved clues that would survive for thousands of years. The skull survived long enough to tell us what the living predator was built to do. The extinction mystery. Its disappearance was likely part of a large ecological story. The dire wolf disappeared, but its story raises one final question. Was it truly more dangerous than the wolves that survived? The dire wolf vanished, but the modern gray wolf survived, and the difference may reveal the secret of survival. One evolved in a world of modern ecosystems, while the other was shaped by a vanished world of Ice Age giants. The dire wolf possessed a heavier, more powerful build, adapted for megafauna. But as environments changed, the dire wolf's advantage was different. It was built around strength, powerful jaws, and the demands of giant prey. Which one was more dangerous? So which predator was more dangerous? The answer depends on the world it had to survive in. The predator that survived. The modern wolf survived because it could adjust to changing landscapes. The fossils remain our evidence, allowing scientists to reconstruct the life of a predator that no human ever saw alive. The animal behind the myth. Behind the terrifying name was not a fantasy monster, but a real animal shaped by evolution and survival. The real danger of the Ice Age. The dire wolf appears among these threats, showing that the entire ecosystem was dangerous. The dire wolf belonged to a vanished world of giants, where survival demanded strength, patience, and cooperation. From a few bones, science can reveal a story of hunting, competition, adaptation, and extinction. The dire wolf represented power and specialization, while the modern wolf represents flexibility and survival through change. Was the dire wolf more dangerous? Against giant prey, perhaps, but survival is more than strength. In the end, the greatest advantage may not have been the strongest bite, but the ability to survive change. The dire wolf was more than a monster. It was a real predator, perfectly adapted to a world that no longer exists. The dire wolf is gone, but its fossils still speak.